I don't rap, bitch, I teach. I do it for the streets.
Yeah, okay. We are back, people. I hope everybody's having a good time that's listening, paying attention. But we got I can't just say special guest because this dude is not just a special guest, man. You know, this brother is more than a legend, man. He's a monster, bro. They call this brother a freak, man. They call him the freak. You know what I'm saying? His brother has been in football to broadcasting, from modeling, to fitness, man. You doing your whole everything, man. So now we had the brother himself, the freak, Mr. Jevon Kearse. Mr. Kearse, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I woke up this morning. I can't complain.
Yeah. So make sure you good. There we go. Let me get a touch right there. Say something.
Yo.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you say you just woke up this morning. That's good, man. I'm happy. We all over here blessed, man, having a good time. So
every day.
I'm so happy to have you here. We had this conversation millions of times. So I got to get you on the show, man. I got to get you on the show. Because we started the show back in 2017. I was like, yo, I got to get you to come on back then.
Oh, man, you should have been reached out, man.
I did, but I didn't reach out. I know you was too busy, man. I was saying you do your thing. You flying here, there, and everything. So
not as much as I was back when we first started, like, clicking up, when we first started really kicking it there.
Yeah. You was on the move, man. You was on the move. So I gotta go ahead and play this song real quick, and you gotta tell me something about this, man, because I'm gonna have to play a little bit of it, because they might hit us with the on YouTube. Tell me something about this, man. What's going on here?
That bring back memories, man. Back in Philadephia Coliseum, back in Nashville, Tennessee. Number 90 probably just made a play. And the crowd is probably jumping up, going crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and then again, like the team on the other side of the field is like, wow, like did that just happen?
So you've been a football player for a minute, man. A lot of people say if you still was in the game, bro, you would already be in the Hall of Fame. You know. But we gonna get into that a little bit later. But let me ask you a question. So tell me something about this Magic City Miracle, man. The Magic City Miracle.
Music City Miracle.
I'm sorry, Music City.
Nashville,
music.
I got
music.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Damn. I messed it up. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna get you back there, man. Listen, okay, this was my rookie year. Go ahead. During my rookie campaign, and this was literally, we went 13-3 that season, and ended up getting into the playoffs as a wild card. 13-3 team.
Wow.
But we were behind the 14-2 Jacksonville Jaguars, which their only two losses were to the Tennessee Titans. But anyways, back to that.
Killing them.
Back to that fateful afternoon. Was it a Sunday? I don't know, but it was really cold. It was in Nashville, Tennessee. And I grew up a huge Bruce Smith fan. Bruce Smith was on the Bills then.
Yeah,
so
I'm from Buffalo, right?
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I rocks with y'all, man. That 4 in a row though, but
I know that's why I had to go ahead and shift. No,
we gonna stay to
we gonna get into that.
We're gonna stay to the point at hand. But literally, that Music City Miracle. Okay, that was Titans against Bills, wild card game. Great game. It was a game. It was back and forth, and it was a game where I had actually 2 sacks, 2 caused fumbles, a safety. But not to mention about me.
That was Rob Johnson, right? That was Rob Johnson, right?
Yeah, it was.
Now, I didn't like Rob Johnson. I like Doug Flutie, and then they got Rob Johnson, and I really wasn't rocking with the Bills that much. Everybody else in Buffalo.
In which we were preparing to play against Doug Flutie. So the whole game plan was Doug Flutie, like him trying to get us out of the pocket, him scrambling. And instead, we had a pocket guy. And so, it was easy just to dial up a different game plan, which we did that on the fly.
Okay. A lot of audibles is just going on.
So now back to this game at hand.
Let's get it.
Back to the game at hand. Let me see. It was a game where I wanted to see Bruce Smith, like I said earlier, and like Bruce was getting sacks, I was getting sacks. Our offense was moving the ball, their offense was moving the ball, and we were stopping them. They were stopping us. It was a back and forth game, and then as that clock started ticking down, we were down. And then what went through my head at that time when we were down, literally going into was that when we had like maybe 16 seconds left or whatever. Okay. 16 seconds left in the fourth before we received that kickoff. Mm-hmm. So in my head, like so many scenarios popped off. Literally, I'm like, you know what? This is my rookie year. You know, I had a great rookie campaign, rookie of the year, All Pro Bowl. I did all these accomplishments on top of that. Like, and then I'm like, you know what? If the season ended now, you know what? We had a very good campaign and we played a good game. You know, and it'll definitely give us some motivation going into the next season.
Okay.
But
that's good.
But instead. When that kickoff started, okay, now back to that play. I
want to get into the motivational.
That play. Definitely. But back to that play. That play was called, I think, the home run throwback. Mm-hmm. We practiced it every day in practice. Ever since like my first. I would say my first week during.
So that play right there, when he threw it to.
What happened? I want to say Lorenzo Neal. Received it, pitched it over to Frank Wycheck.
Right.
Frank Wycheck threw it down that rope.
And then they said the Bills will say that didn't
All
happen.
Bills fan will say
they said that it was
a forward lateral.
Forward lateral.
Bills fans will say that.
One comedian, I got it here, but this comedian, she said that her best friend, quit believing in Jesus after that moment.
I think I heard
because they thought I think it was ESPN or CBS or something, and that was crazy. I was laughing at that, man. So that moment there
when the play was going down. Yeah. Like literally, like it seemed like time was standing still. Like time was just in slow motion.
Really?
Like, is this really happening right now? Like, this not supposed to happen because normally when we do it in the practice, like you saw like how much things went on. Mm-hmm. Imagine doing that during practice. Like,
I wanted to see if I could.
What is the offense, better yet, the kicking team is supposed to do? Because they know it's coming. They know it's going to be there. So we got guys to catch the ball, pitch it, and then somebody throw it across the field and start running. I'm like,
but you see that in practice all the time.
Yes.
You see that in practice all the time, but it's never really played. And they said that's probably the last time you're going to see something like that because nothing else happened like that ever since. And he ran the whole touchdown.
Everyone is preparing for that now. Yeah. So that definitely that should be off the table in this point of the game.
Everybody's really preparing for it?
Yeah. You're gonna you preparing for something like that every week.
Yeah.
Because I mean, things. Don't get me wrong. Like certain things still do happen, but anytime something going on one side and you see just one random guy on the opposite side, like, come on, man.
Okay, I got you.
Do this guy need to be drug tested, or should we keep an eye on this guy now?
He's offside.
Yeah, and so when the play is going down, literally Dyson catches the ball and hits up the sideline, but he's on our sideline. I'm like, no, this isn't happening. No, this is not happening. Are you kidding me? It's happening. He's all the way in, and bro, oh man, I'm like, no, that did not just happen. And I was on this team when that happened. It felt so good on that sideline. And when he went into the end zone,
I saw the replays, and he just went right into the end zone. And then was that the same game when Buffalo tried to make it? It was 1 yard short, or was that the same? No, that was the next game.
No, that was
the AFC. That was the AFC.
No, that was us, the Titans in the Super Bowl against.
Oh, that was the Titans. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I'm mixing up games now.
That's his way trying to get back him being a Bills fan. He was trying to get back. Yeah, we did.
Oh, that was you guys. You missed it because of
with
that.
The Rams.
With
Dyson too.
With the Rams. With Dyson too.
That was.
I'll take that back. Yes.
Yeah.
You missed it. I missed it by one daggone yard.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
But back to that miracle, man. When that thing went down and then he's in the end zone, we all looked back to see if there's any lunge on the field, what we call flags. Mm-hmm. There wasn't any out there. Then the refs go to the replay booth, and we're on the sideline, the fans jumping around. And then by this time, we all like meeting up, like we huddling up as a team.
I
and
saw the
everything.
sidelines, yo,
guys,
jumping
we
all over,
man,
just
it's-
happy.
It was so much prayer. If anyone wasn't religious, they became religious instantly on that sideline, man, because everybody was like fingers crossed, toes crossed, legs crossed, everything was crossed that we
Right.
can cross to just make sure we get this. And then I kind of had a feeling like I think these referees gonna want to leave this stadium. alive.
Oh my gosh!
It is one situation.
I was
like,
looking at the
no.
refs. They went, but you kept hearing the broadcaster saying that it's no flags. No flags.
Right.
And did they challenge the play?
Probably.
Yeah, and they couldn't find anything wrong with it.
Well, whatever. Well, whichever way it went, the refs did go back and look at the play.
Yeah, I remember.
They
seeing going
reviewed
back,
it, and it was a W for the Titans.
That's for the Titans. So let's get to the origins, man. We just went off pitch. I just wanted to just jump into something real fast so we can go ahead and open up and just see how it feels real fast.
I like that. I mean,
So-
you've been a Bills fan and everything. Whatever.
Yes, I'm still, I'm a Bills fan, especially here in Miami when the Bills fans
they
and
come-
family is
yeah.
down here.
Yeah.
But other than that, I rock with Miami.
Yeah.
I was a Titans fan when Frank Wright left the Bills and went to the Titans. I really liked the Titans back then, But let's say, getting back to my brother, man, Jevon Kearse, the Freak, man. What's the origins of the Freak? Let's just get to why did they call you the Freak, man?
Origin of the Freak.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I want to say, I'm not certain if it was my first year or my second year. I feel like it may have been my first year, but either that, my first or second year, I would say on a Monday. Normally we play our college games on Saturday, and we're off on Sunday. And then we watch film and practice Monday night or whatever, like on Monday night or whatever. But we're watching film during the daytime before we go have our little Monday night football or whatever and our Monday night practice or whatnot. But during that time, coming out of one of the meetings after we finished watching the film during the daytime, one of my teammates, I think it was Tim Beauchamp, defensive end, he looked at me like, bro, started laughing like, man, you a freak. I'm like, huh?
Like that?
I'm like, okay.
He did one of those.
yeah, like, man, you a freak. I'm like, okay. And then literally maybe went to another meeting because I would say we first started meeting like with the whole defense. Then you break down into your respective like D linemen, cornerbacks, DB. Well, all the DBs go together, LBs and everything else. And then we had another meeting, and then one of my other teammates, Johnny Rutledge.
Okay.
It was like, man, you a freak, dude. I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, bro, that play started like on the 5-yard line on the right side of the field, and then I ended up making it like probably down the field, probably 30 or 40 yards on the left side of the field.
Wow. And your size, bro. Your size wasn't what they compared a real defensive end to be. They expect you to have like a big neck.
Actually, I come in high school. I played receiver and free safety.
Okay.
And then I went to UF. They brought me in to play safety.
Okay.
And then the origin of me ended up playing closer to the ball was the first day of practice as a freshman. I would say like I was really rambunctious. I was aggressive. I was trying to have some fun. I was trying to crack heads or whatever, but I was a free safety, so I was supposed to be back in coverage and covering or whatever, and we wasn't throwing the ball. We was running the ball and everything else. So I was coming up and showing, the physicality of my game. So I was coming up to the ball. I was attacking running backs and just hitting hard, and literally probably 2 practices I was safety, and then literally after that second practice, my position coach was like, yo, tomorrow you're going to meet with this coach here. And this was the coach that was coaching the outside linebackers.
Okay.
And then I ended up like going to outside backer. So I pretty much played outside backer through my college career. And I was playing some stand-up outside, some stand-up rush in, whatever.
Okay.
And then I didn't start playing defensive end until I went to the NFL.
And then you became they had put you into like linebacker too, or they were
No, I played all defensive end in the NFL.
Through?
Yeah.
But when you got about to get signed to the Titans, or you got signed to the Titans,
I was outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker. Okay.
But they actually when I did my workouts, like when the teams come during your school workout, they were working me out at defensive end and outside backer.
Okay.
But then when I was going through that process of do I want to play end or backer, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I think linebacker would be fun. I mean, I was playing linebacker all my like college career.
Right.
But then a former player was back. He was back in school training with us during the off season, and then we take time to like pick their brains, ask them about the NFL and things like what we should work on and everything else. It's like a family thing.
Oh, okay.
Big brother coming back home.
That's what's up.
Teach some things, or whatever. Which we like did the same thing.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, same thing. And so like when that happened, I was told that listen here. I think it was my big brother. He's from down here. I feel like local, Overtown. Ben Hanks.
Okay, Ben Hanks.
Yeah, Ben Hanks, big brother Ben Hanks. He pretty much told me he was like, but freak. He was like freak. I know you like linebacker, but pass rushers to make that money, man. He was like pass rushers to make that money, and so then I just eventually just like, you know what, wherever they called me to come in and play, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna come in and do that. But then right there just got so off topic. But I was back to the origin of why they started calling me the freak.
Yeah.
I was making plays pretty much like all the way downfield from one side of the field to the other one. I was pretty much just go. If I wasn't making plays on my pure like just my athletic ability, I was doing it on hustle and chase down plays.
Okay.
But I think a lot of that had to do with because I was splitting time 50-50 with my brother Mike Peterson. My brother, he was my Gator brother. We both played the same position together, and we both played it damn good. So basically, my first 2 years we split time. Either he'll start a game or I'll start a game. It didn't matter because one of us going to go to first series, the other one's going to the next one. The other one we switched like each series. We split time like 50-50.
Oh, that's what's up.
But I made sure when I was in there, I made the most of my time, and then I just ended up I gained a reputation of just being that type of hustle player or whatever.
Right.
And so pretty much it was fun to me. Like
you on one side of the end to the other end, nobody can catch you either.
Just going, yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's what's up. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry, Audacity.
At what period in your life did you realize that football is what you wanted to do?
Good question. I mean, I grew up playing all sports. Well, I grew up, I ran track, I played football, played basketball. Yeah, that's about it, really. but it was a good chance. Like basketball was. It could have been in the future if I would have like focused on that more. But football just came a lot more natural. And so actually when it came down to it or whatever, it became natural. But then outside of that, it was fun to me. Like it was
so you knew that was something that that was your passion. You just wanted to go on ahead and do it.
Yeah, it ended up happening. I wouldn't say I chose football. Football chose me.
That's how I feel about music.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same exact line I say.
Yeah, for real. No, football chose me. I had fun doing it and got to a point where I was able to get a scholarship, so I was able to get an education because I could play football, and I also was a student, and I was able to, take care of some family and friends and take care of myself in the process of getting a contract by playing the same sport that I love as a kid.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, also, with the workouts that you guys have, like through football, what song could I hear? Well, if I was to listen in on if I was coming to work, one of your workouts, what song would I hear?
Oh, man.
And what song motivates you and why when you're doing your workouts?
See, I'm a huge Jay-Z fan.
Jay-Z.
Huge Lil Wayne fan. Got huge Pop fan. Huge Biggie fan. 305. We got Trick. Definitely a lot of Trick. So I would say back when I was playing, it was a whole bunch of Trick. Just anything that Trick was involved with. The whole slip and slide crew.
But any particular song?
Any song? Oh man. I don't know. I think it was based on different moods.
Different moods. Okay.
I mean, I could tell you like what song that I would be playing now if I was playing football right now. It'd be anything that DJ Khaled is blessed.
Oh, okay.
Like my song would be all I do
Shout
is win. All I
right.
do is win because that's all I'm gonna be thinking about doing.
Right.
So like if I was playing now, it'd definitely be that still on repeat. Still,
Okay.
it's a classic.
Shout out to Khaled on
shout
that
out
one.
to
No,
Khaled.
that's motivation right there, man.
That's
Yes,
true.
it is.
Yeah.
That's true. So getting right there, upper motivation. Great segue, by the way. get into it with you. You were a 15-round draft pick, correct?
First round.
I mean, first round draft pick, but
pick number 16.
Pick
Yeah.
number 16.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I
Yeah.
apologize.
No, I got you.
First round draft pick. I don't want to mess that up.
Pick number 16, like right
Pick
in the
number
middle
16.
of the draft.
But you use that motivation to go ahead and tell every other team to, you messed up. You should have picked me first. You messed up. You should have picked me first. And is that what made you continue to?
Yes, I'm one of those people.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hold on.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Let me hum in my inner Al Pacino. I'm one of those people where I'm gonna find a way to motivate myself no matter what, even if it's nothing to even be motivated about. So back during this draft, I was told I was going to go first round, top 10.
Yeah.
And I was expecting to go first round, top
Top
10.
10, yeah.
And I didn't go first round, top 10.
You didn't?
No, I didn't go first round, top 10.
That's not right.
And so, I don't know. I think that probably because I started hearing that, I was starting to believe that, which I probably was a victim of that. I probably should never have done that, but I was a victim to it. But I'm hearing
But it
this,
helped.
so now, it definitely did. And so, like that draft day, oh man, you don't understand. Like if you're in the draft, and like those, like especially like you don't know what those guys are going through. The ones that go to the draft, like wherever the draft is, New York or wherever it is, and
Right.
the guys who are in the suit in the green room,
Right.
because then again, like they're suited up, it's cameras around. You don't know if it's going to really happen because
Right.
you could have heard that this was going to happen and then it doesn't happen, and that happens to some of the guys that go there. So kudos to those guys that go there.
And they just happen to be there, and
Right.
sometimes something happens.
But personally, I chose to go to stay in Fort Myers with my family and friends. At my Aunt Shirley, my Uncle TK, Aunt Shirley's, had the family over there, had food, had everybody there, had some of my current Florida Gator teammates there.
Okay.
Even had some basketball players. I had Teddy Dupe and Mike Miller was there as well.
Okay,
They was
great.
Gators as well. It was a Gator affair, but it was. But like I decided to stay with the family and had the family over, and like literally like during that draft, like each pick was I think about 15 minutes, and that 15 minutes seemed like it was a day.
Wow.
Just waiting to hear your name called, and like during the wait, I would get like the phone would ring, and it would be an uncle or an aunt.
Wait,
cousin.
on the big phone?
Yeah.
How did they get the phone number?
Man,
Wait a minute.
I mean, no. It's the
Oh,
house
it's your
phone.
cell phone.
Yeah, no. They want a landline to make sure that it's gonna go through.
Oh, okay. Oh, something. You at the crib. You're not inside. You're not at the big draft place.
No,
in New
no.
York
I
or
stayed in
wherever
Fort
it's at.
Myers. No. Fort
Okay,
Myers.
so you were in Fort Myers when
Huh?
this happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
In,
All right.
in Fort Myers with the fam, had the
Okay.
fam there, want to make it a family affair.
Got
The
you,
people
got you.
who've been here with me, like through thick and thin.
Right.
So you would think, but anyways. But yeah,
Things change.
they're with the fam, and then so now the teams want a landline because they don't know if you're trying to call yourself. Imagine them trying to call your cell phone.
That day.
Yeah, man, and you got
They can get your voicemail.
like I don't want to piss the company off, but like back then, like if you got like a cricket or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm just saying, like you got one of those right there, but they wanted a landline, and so I'm at the family house. All of my family knows I'm there. They're calling. Did you get drafted yet? I'm answering the phone. Things the team. Everyone's letting me answer the phone. It's the phone. Things the team calling.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you get drafted yet, boy? I'm like, no, auntie, man. I'm like, no, just turn your TV on and watch it yourself. Click. I would say before I got drafted, it was probably like 3 random phone calls. Hey, cuz, did they draft you yet, cuz?
Yeah.
No, they have not
They ain't give me
drafted me
yet.
yet. Hey, nephew, they call your name yet? No, they have not called my name yet. But then once, let me see, like the top 10 didn't happen. So now I'm like, okay, getting kind of pissed or whatever. I don't know if anyone considered it, but then again, I knew it was going to be a blessing if I was
Yes.
to get drafted and everything's going to go like work out like how it's supposed to work out. It's going to play out the way it's supposed to play out. And so I'm waiting, and it's out of the top 10, and I'm seeing like who they're calling. But then again, I do realize it was one of those drafts. It was a quarterback need draft. maybe I think 5 quarterbacks went before me or whatever. Actually, the top 3 were quarterbacks. I feel like maybe like 6 quarterbacks. At least 5 went, whatever.
Okay.
But it
Yeah,
is what it is, and whatever. So
but
now
you ready.
I'm using this. I'm in the kitchen now.
You ready to go?
I don't know if I want to pull out like a little pot or if I want to pull out the big wok pan or whatever. But I don't know if I'm gonna do the pot. Maybe the pot. Okay, I may just get the boiling something. So then once the top out of the top 10, not hearing my name, and then pick number 15 was the Buccaneers. And I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind like play for the Bucs. It's right there close to Fort Myers. I'll probably get bombarded and probably have a bunch of family like probably pissed off or whatever. But it'll be right there. I wouldn't mind doing that.
But did you really? Because I was going to ask you this later on.
Yeah,
but we right here. Now, we're talking about Tampa.
Yeah.
The family right down the street.
No,
they're going to be pulling up on you all the time.
Yeah, that's probably true. I probably didn't need that. I don't know if I wanted it, but I probably didn't need that. So,
yeah, I got
but
you.
that didn't happen. And then pick number 16 came. The Titans were up and phone rung. I'm like, man, it better not be. And answer the phone. It's Coach Jeff Fisher. And he was like, hey, it's fine. We better take out the board. Going to get you to come in here and chase the quarterback around. Pick some defensive end for us. I'm like, bring it on. Like, you don't know what y'all what's about to happen. But something's about to happen in Nashville, Tennessee. So it was happy. So once I got drafted, I think I remember like my first interview. Like I remember like once they called my name, I went out, hugged my mom, hugged my aunt, hugged an uncle, brother, and then, started getting like snatched away to do interviews. So I remember just one of the local stations was like, "Oh man, like how does it feel?"
It was outside.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We went outside because the house was
already packed.
It got packed, and it got crazy. Like once it happened, then once I stepped outside and did the interview, they asked me like, "How do you feel?" And I'm like, man, I feel motivated. Like I feel some kind of way. I wouldn't say I was in my feelings, but I felt some kind of way because I felt like I should have went off the board earlier. But then again, it was one of those things to like everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
So I didn't go off that early. So I'm like, you know what? I'm using that as motivation. I'm pissed that I didn't go top 10. So I want all 15 teams that went before me to feel the freak,
Feel it.
And then I'm like, well, while I'm at it. How about the 15 teams that didn't trade up and get me off the board?
Exactly.
So yeah, they got to feel it too. So no matter what, Titans, we about to go to work.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So basically, I just used that. I used the whole thing as motivation because I didn't go earlier, but just found out a way to push myself. Man, you talk to anyone that has been drafted. Some guys may feel like they should be top 10, but then again, anyone would be happy to go
just to go
first round,
to
go first round, but even to go period,
yeah.
even to go period,
Yeah.
but definitely first round. Oh, you're in there. You're definitely going to be like around for a little bit.
Man, since we're talking about that, I want to make sure we give a shout out to Strong Arm. Shout out to Freezy and everything that Strong Arm does because they have football players here that they, work out from young kids that become into the NFL. Luke does the same thing with his own players, but they have their own league that they work with, and they do a great job. These boys, they be out here running, man. And,
I'll follow them right there. That's definitely some.
And they doing great. They doing great work. So shout out to Strong Arm, shout out to Flo and everybody that puts all that together. Rick Petty, everybody. So going from there, man. So did you work out like that? Did you have that Kobe? Jordan type of you have to go ahead and work out this many times a day. If you messed up, you have to go ahead and work out so much. Did you like force yourself to work out even more?
As far as on what level?
I mean, like, say you missed a play or something like that, right?
We talking about in the league?
Yeah, in the league, when you're working on a league. Say you missed a play or something like that. Are you very competitive? That was one thing I'm going to get at. Were you very competitive?
I mean, I'm very competitive. Say if I mess up a play or missed a play, I had to get to that point I want to say I got to it earlier on, maybe in high school or in college, that like say if I did have a bad play, I always knew like if I was still allowed to play, able to play, I was going to have a chance to make a better play. So, which is, I'm saying that to say this, it was all about having a short memory.
Okay.
So like I picked that up like early on, like whenever I had a bad play or something bad happened, instead of dwelling on that and then let it carry over into your next play, carry over to the next game and whatnot. Like, okay, I messed up then. You got me. Okay. That was my fault then. The next time it's going to be on you then. So, yeah.
Okay. So, but did you use that as motivation to go ahead and work harder to get that out the way?
And then I would use that, and then like basically like say if it was something, whatever it was that, say if I messed up at doing something, and it was say if it was my fault, I would definitely like go back to the drawing board, and I would make sure I work on that one like my next time I practice. See, no matter what it was, if it was like taking on the block, you either got to find somebody to stay after practice with you to work on that stuff, or you got to go find work on some bags.
You ain't really take it home with you.
No,
you ain't take it home with you.
No.
Okay.
No. You definitely know. That's one thing that you definitely like have to learn how to do and how to separate the two.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. As a brother as your stature, how do you know that women want you for you and not because of who you are or what you got in your pocket and everything like that? How do you be able to separate that?
I wish I could tell you that, but like that just takes time. Mm-hmm. Like I would say over the time, like some of the girls that I've dated, like you get some that. They let you know up front.
Okay.
They let you know up front, and then some of them like portray someone else. Like they portray a character.
Like you deal with this and then everything else, maybe.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it just comes with time. It just takes time to know someone, whatever. Like you come in, like everything is all roses, peaches, and cream, glitter, everything
in
the beginning. So it's just all about just like how things are like when you get like out of that honeymoon phase.
Now, have you ever had anybody just try to go ahead and pop up on you and, say you in the city, anything like that? Anybody ever just try to pop up on you just out of the ordinary,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that has happened. That has happened, and then you gotta, when deal with people like that in situations like that, you gotta set your boundaries.
Exactly.
You gotta let it be known, right? That like, no, you know what? I feel you. Like I feel you. Yeah. I've had something
like that
situation. Yeah.
So let's get over that. But let's go to like what's the best cities you play football in? Like what's the best ones, and then what's been the best fans?
Oh man, some of the best cities.
Yeah. Or the best city, just if you can pick out one.
I mean,
I know you're gonna rock with Tennessee because
I mean, definitely Tennessee because
that's real.
That's where
that's
I was.
Yeah.
But I would say the Philadephia Eagles fans awesome to play for because you get everything. You there. You get every element.
Yeah.
You get love. You get hate. You get
everything, bro.
You get all the wishy-washy, all the stuff. But then again, that's just how they are, and it's fun. It's definitely like fun when you're winning, when you're doing your thing, and they're behind you.
Yeah,
it is.
But when you mess up or you didn't do a good, they on you.
Yeah, they will.
Like they were in the game.
They will let you know.
No, they Buffalo fans are the same way too,
yeah?
man. Yeah,
yeah, they will let you know.
They'll let you know. But saying think of like what happened with LeBron when LeBron left Cleveland. You didn't run into anything like that when you left the Titans and went to Philly and
as far as what?
Burning the daggone jerseys and crap like that.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sure something like that happened when I left like Tennessee and went there because I'm still very loved in Tennessee, but like my body of work there, my first few years there was pretty awesome. And then for me to leave or whatever, I'm sure like the average fan, I'm not going to say the average fan, but like some fans probably think that, okay, well, he won't to leave and this, that, and the other. But No one ever wants to just put in work. That's
Right.
that's like a relationship.
Exactly.
I was in a relationship with Tennessee.
Exactly.
A 5-year relationship. We had a good time.
Great time.
We had a great spent a lot of time together. We took some trips and you know, we were doing our thing.
That's what's up. They had a great time.
You know, we were engaged. We didn't get married, but
Right.
we were
But they still love you though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
they
saying.
still love you.
That's great to have love. You
But
know what I'm
then
saying.
at the end of the day, it is a business. That's
Yeah.
what you got to remember, whatever. So,
Right.
like, some fans do know that, but some fans just refuse to believe that. They think that,
You
no,
didn't have
it's
any
you.
stalkers, did you? like them stands.
Fans?
Like no,
Yeah,
like the
the
stands,
man- the man-
like the Eminem stand.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't have one of those, did you?
I mean, I've been sent a few things here and there.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah, but mostly female fans.
Oh, okay.
Like I get like posters, I get like books of like nothing but all my newspaper clippings and
Wow.
oh yeah.
They got shrines set up in their house.
They even piece pictures of me and them together and stuff.
That's
They
Oh,
look like-
wow.
Wow.
They let you know. They let you know their feelings. Hey,
Yeah,
that was them
I mean,
shooting
they're-
they shot back
They're
then.
fans. They appreciate what I do.
Exactly. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, did you have any like lucky rituals like before a game, anything like that? Like some people may wear dirty socks or make sure they
Dirty
wear.
socks?
Jordan wore the same. Yeah, so Jordan wore the same jersey underneath. His jersey. Like, was there any like rituals before the game that you would do?
Did I have any rituals? No, I would just make sure I'm in a certain mode. Like I would like listen to music. Like I would have to have music. Say like if we're in town and driving to the game, like once I get to the stadium, once I get finished dealing with traffic, get to the stadium park, and I'm gonna sit in my car for maybe about a good 10 minutes. Listen to a few songs, get into the mode. Because then again, like I could like listen to my earphones inside, but like once I get inside, like it's go time or whatever. I don't want to be looking for iPod or anything else of that nature there or whatever.
Nah, like I come in here, I do like even here. I play the music and get self ready before the interview and everything, because you gotta let everything else go.
Yeah.
So you got to go ahead and get yourself in your own vibe so that you can enjoy yourself and then have a good time. Put all your everything with it. So
No, hold on, back to that question you just said.
Let's go.
I would say I probably was I kind of had a ritual. Like by the time I get over to the stadium, I would like just put on some of my stuff, just my shoes to try to get them, because like I would wear a new pair of cleats each game. So I would put those on and then go on the field, do some get offs, just a few sprints, a few pass rush moves or whatever, and then get a little sweat going, go back inside, get dressed, and I probably was like that, man. Because say like if I had a game, like the week before, if I had like a game where I had like a high production, like a bunch of sacks or I made a bunch of plays, I would have that same trainer to take me that game or whatever. And most of the time, like, we have maybe about 4 or 5 trainers taping people, and they got to tape like the whole 53-man roster. So they got it's lines with people like waiting, and some people have their same guy that they wanted them like to get taped like each game or whatever. And me, I bounced around from different trainers, and say it really didn't matter. But say if I had a good game the week before, I would go to that same trainer again. Go ahead
Because
and take me up.
you did your thing.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I would try that whatever. But I mean, it didn't work every time. But it was whatever you can mentally like tell yourself to try to make a play or help the team.
That's what's up, man. So you played with a lot of greats, man, from Marshall Faulk to there's a lot of people you played with, bro. I can't even name everybody, man.
But that used to be the best time for me. Used to be in the Pro Bowl.
Did you? I'm sorry, I was going to ask you. You did play in a Pro Bowl with Bruce Smith, right?
Yeah.
Now, but did you play against Bruce Smith before the Pro Bowl?
Hold on. You know what? We weren't in that same Pro Bowl together. No, my first Pro Bowl was myself, Tony Brackens with the Jaguars, and JT, Jason Taylor down here.
Okay, yeah, Jason Taylor.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought it was Bruce. Nah. No,
This one you. Yeah.
I've hung out. I feel like I did play in the Pro Bowl with him, but outside of that, a few years back, I think around 10 or 11, I had a chance to host a Super Bowl party with them up in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
And that was fun there, being
That's
with my
what's up.
idol. I mean, I ain't telling him he was one of my idols.
Shout out to Bruce
I
Smith,
did
man.
tell him that. Now we took a picture together. I was like cheesing like crazy or whatever. 'Cause,
That's awesome,
That's
bro.
my dude, and he was still doing it up until he was damn near 40.
Yeah,
40
like
plus,
I was like,
man,
wait,
you know.
how old?
Yeah, he was doing it for a minute.
He
man.
was in there for a minute, man. Shout out to Andre Reed, bro. He was in there for a
Yeah.
minute
Oh, Dre
too,
Reed.
man.
I
Andre
still have
Reed.
a signed football card from him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I have it.
big bro. I had a chance to hang out extensively with Dre Reed. I want to say back in 10 or 11, we all took a trip out to. We flew into Kuwait and
wow.
ended up going to Iraq
Oh, okay.
for a flag football game.
Oh, that's cool.
Us old retired people. Well, I wasn't old at the time. I literally just retired, but they flew us out to play, and I had a chance to hang out with a bunch of y'all Bills with Thurman,
Yeah.
Jim, Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly,
Yeah, Jim
and
Kelly.
Andre Reed.
I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't the biggest fan of Jim Kelly, but I rock, like I said, I rock with Flutie and Frank Wright. But Kelly worked throughout the season. It just seemed like when things was going wrong, he fell or he had a concussion. I'm not saying these things didn't happen.
But thing happened, man.
I'm not saying this never happened. This happens. It happens.
It
but
happens.
but my man came in in the Super Bowl, and I think it was time for one of the other quarterbacks to do it, and he took over, and we didn't win. And it's like we went 4 times in a row, man. 4 times in a row hurts people's feelings.
I
you
think
know?
I watched all 4 of those games too, man.
Man.
That's not supposed to happen.
That was not supposed to. We should have at least got the first one. If we didn't get the first one, the second one, and then it was over.
By default, but just making it for a 4th year, y'all.
Yeah,
just
it should have automatically just That should be a new rhyme. A new.
I mean, in a sense, even though y'all didn't win, that was dynasty-esque to me.
Yes, it was. It was.
It was
No
close
one's done
to
it.
Yeah.
No one's came back and done it yet.
Yeah.
Nope. But they don't want to do it.
No, you don't want that.
You don't want that one.
Nah.
So, man, you recorded 313 tackles, man, 74 sacks, and 26 forced fumbles, man.
Still wasn't enough. I still wanted a lot more. No, I did.
That's a lot.
I did want to reach that 100 sack plateau.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But you put in a lot of work, man. I've seen, and I wanted to get into this because I've seen you come through the airport and stuff, bro. I seen you have these staples and everything in your leg, and I'm like, you're like, yeah, I went through it, but I'm going back, and you went right back at it,
That's it.
and you didn't stop, and it was just like, bro, like, that turned to like you being a mentor up there, like, bro, this brother can get up and do this, and get up from a wheelchair, do how he do, and then keep going, and then come back and forth, man. So I have to give you all your props there,
Man,
bro.
preach.
Because
It's all
you
about
did
coming
a
back
lot.
stronger, man.
Right.
It's all about.
And then when you came back, it
Yeah.
was like nothing ever happened.
And that's the thing, whatever. Like anytime I did have an injury, like I was always like I was busting my butt. I remember like after my one injury,
He was like just some physical therapy.
after my one injury with the Eagles in 04, 05 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it was 05, the 05 season, 07 season.
Okay.
The 07 season, that season right there was I got injured. Like maybe I was getting my second game of the season. It was a game against the Giants. I already had 2 sacks. We were up by 21 points. The game went into overtime.
Yep.
And I was getting my 3rd sack and had like a season-ending knee injury. And it was like literally I tore everything in my left knee except my ACL.
Oh,
Wow.
Like when I say everything, I got the MCL, LCL, PCL,
yeah, that's
meniscus, kneecap, quad muscle, calf muscle, tibia, and femur.
Wow.
Everything except the ACL. But I was determined like to bounce back from that, and literally I was at one point when I was working so hard like with the trainers. I went for my little like my evaluation, like my preseason evaluation with the strength coaches.
Right.
And they have this thing called a bod pod where they test your body weight, your body fat.
Your body fat.
Bro, I was 1% body fat.
Wow.
This dude told me, like, dude, get out of here. Go get you a chili cheese dog with a triple bacon cheeseburger, cheese fries, and a shake, and go home or whatever. But I was determined, like, to come back because that injury right there really set me back, like, not just physically but mentally as well.
That's crazy, man. Listen, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play this track right quick, and we're gonna get right back to y'all. But I wanna
Now I ain't got nothing left to get him. Up in that jail cell, remorseful. Now I can't look back. I thank God I'm free.
I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Thank the good Lord I'm free.
Them people try to keep me.
And I ain't going back no more.
Worst day of my life, night chasing the light. Time I can get back, shit, I put that on my stripes. World on my back, yeah, that's where I put that. Ramen noodles chefing up here, where the cook at? Murder charges weighing heavy, manslaughter took that. Y'all thought I set the idol for the judge to throw the book at? All I did was study law, work out, study more. Worked out, I studied, y'all. Fuck y'all think I studied for? I'm fighting for my motherfucking life like it's no tomorrow, you motherfucking right. And I ain't seen my family in 8 years. Too late to cry, nigga, no tears. And I fucking hate the food they serve here. Crooked ass warden, he needs a chair. 2 shanks and candy bar for bank in the CeeLo game. I'm from the Kilo gang, nigga.
I was almost lost in the system. Now I ain't got nothing left to get him. Up in that jail cell, remorseful. Now I can't look back. I thank God I'm free. Thank the good Lord I'm free. And I ain't going back no more.
Can't lie, short niggas stood tall. Big niggas around me, 2 knives on the yards. The guards paid them all. Green dot credit cards. In the streets is red dots on your sweater, y'all. So I ain't sweated, y'all. No, nigga, not at all. Loud niggas on they bars, I'm screaming, knock it off. Or when the cell pop, I'ma grab my life. Put it in a sock, nigga, might crack your jaw. Many lonely nights, nothing to eat. Wrapping up a piece of cold steel in my bed sheets. I'm prepared for beef, prepared for the thief. Thinking shit is sweet, I'm really from the streets. This shit I live and breathe. Y'all don't know the shit I seen. Dead bodies, COs taping off the murder scene. This shit's a living hell, living in this dirty cell. Hands to my face, why the fuck did Lonnie tell?
I was almost lost in the system. Now I ain't got nothing left to get him. Up in that jail cell, remorseful. Now I can't look back. I thank God I'm free. Thank the good Lord I'm free. And I ain't going back no more.
I'm free now, free child shit in the free world, mingling with the free girls, fucking all the freak girls. What is a nigga free for? What you think the heat for? Please don't make me relapse, go back. I'm free now, nigga, I thank the Lord for that. Got that monkey off my motherfucking back. Those facts. No more trading phone calls for my snacks. Now I'm back, these bitches don't know how to act. $1,000 jeans, red bottom kicks. I get the same pair of shit for my bottom bitch. Then we disappear, baby, we up out of here. She like this all night, no bitches all year.
I was almost lost in the system. Now I ain't got nothing left to get him. Up in that jail cell, remorseful. Now I can't look back. I thank God I'm free. Thank the good Lord I'm free.
I'm back.
And I ain't going back no more. I was almost lost in the system. Now I ain't got nothing left to get him. Up in that jail cell, remorseful. Now I can't look back. I thank God I'm free. Thank the good Lord I'm free.
Yeah. Everything is beautiful, man. Life is amazing, man. We living a dream, man. This that good hit time music. Something to put you in the mood. Something to get you in the vibe. Hey, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie and I can watch this all day. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie and I can watch this all day. I'm feeling good. Mimosas on the beach, feel the ocean breeze. Belgian waffle, orange juice, talking fresh squeeze. What we putting in the air, know it's lime green. And when you see me, know I'm repping for the home team. Ballin', Spalding, shining like Zion in New Orleans. Hot girls, city girls, tell me how you want it. Duck boy, trap boy, they gon' throw that money. All in the club and you know how we stun. Bottle after bottle, you can tell them keep it coming. Know we just getting started, we ain't even running. After party, day party, know we get it jumping. Everybody in the building know we on something. The vibe that we on, y'all know that it's on. I'm all in my zone. And I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie and I can watch this all day. I'm feeling good. Wake up in LA with the sunshine, all in Pennsylvania with the coal mine. Everything in life gotta have a strong grind. And mama always said go with your first mind. Showtime, we gon' keep it going. S550 see me rolling. Coming down P Street coasting. Inglewood, Chi-Town smoking. Sipping on my tie, counting these eyes out. Me and Big Rod blowing that la-la. Track feel good, make a nigga wanna cha-cha. Something like J-Juice, something like Tata. In the club vibing, just me and my dog. Everything fine in the club, gon' ball. Everybody with me in here gon' ball. If you hating and waiting for me to fall. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie and I can watch this all day. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie and I can watch this all day. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie and I can watch this all day. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie and I can watch this all day. I'm feeling good.
Yeah. We feeling good and feeling fine. Shout out to that boy Smiley. He doing his thing, man. So I got a few more questions for Mr. Jevon Kearse, man. I know you gotta do your thing before you get up out of here. But when it comes down to the NFL, right? You know, back in the day, you know, the NBA was really tough. You know, Jordan really had to go ahead and gain weight to go ahead and fight off the Pistons and everything like that.
Yeah.
Is it still this? Do you think it's still the same game out there, or do you think it's a different game?
Oh man, this conversation comes up quite a bit with me and some of the former guys that I would play with, that I played football with. And the game has changed a lot.
Changed a lot.
A lot of rule changes. But I guess, you know, they're trying to, trying to develop the league into like more of like a scoring league,
Right.
a passing league. So a lot of the rules, personally, I mean, maybe because I'm biased, because I'm a defensive guy. I kind of feel like it's more biased towards the offense.
Right. Okay.
And so me being a defensive guy, playing the way I played, the way that I learned how to play, a lot of those things would probably work against me now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about, man, the cities. You said Philly, man. Philly showed you love. Like you said, you know, you pulled up with Cassidy, everything. Like, tell us those stories, man. What was it like, man, being an NFL star, you know, in Philly, and the Philly fans really rocking with you because you doing your thing, and then now the rappers is rocking with you and stuff. You ain't get a chance to rock with Meek Mill, but yeah, did you or yeah?
No, I
you
never had a chance to run to Meek Mill.
Shout out to Meek Mill.
Shout out to Meek Mill. Shout out to Philadephia.
Philadelphia.
Yes, sir. No, Philadephia showed me a lot of love. Like from the first time when I took my visit back when I was about to sign with them, I went to a Sixers game. Had a chance to sit courtside, and this kid number 3, AI, the answer.
Wow.
AI came over. He came over. What's up, freak? Handshake. Yeah. He's like, yeah. Welcome to Philly.
That was it.
Like, that was pretty cool. And then once I ended up signing with Philly, I think my first 2 weeks there, I ended up I ran into Cassie. I ran into Cassie in the club. Chopped it up for a few minutes. Had a drink together, just sitting there talking. He was spitting. He was rapping. He was doing his thing, whatever.
Yeah.
That was cool there. And then I want to say
he was like that Hotel Cassidy.
Yeah, that Cassidy.
He was that Cassidy, bro.
Yeah.
He was on top of everything. Shout out to Cassidy, man. He's still doing his thing, man. He's in production and everything. So, everything. I like how he says his thing, everything.
Yeah,
I can't
man.
say it right.
Yeah, no, Cassidy showed love, but like everyone I ran into in Philly showed love. I ran into Beanie Siegel. Ran into Beanie and ran into him. I forgot what the name of the spot was. But I think he was performing. He just did maybe like a song or two. Chopped it up for a minute before he went on and said, welcome to Philly. So basically, like everyone welcomed me with open arms.
See, that's what's up, man. You don't always get that, I mean, everybody opened their arms in Tampa Bay. Opened their arms when a man came from the Patriots.
Yeah.
So. But now that doesn't always happen, People will be like, yeah, we don't really need him over here. We're good with our quarterback, We're good with our guy.
Yeah.
So did you ever have that where people were like, yo, we good with our guy, or everything was just good?
No, everything was good. Like my body of work spoke for itself. Like the things I did, like people knew what I did or whatever. So like if I was coming to someone's team, I'm coming to help you. I'm coming to help out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not coming. I don't want to make it all about me or anything. I'm coming like to help the team out.
So when you were playing with Philly, you were playing with Terrell Owens, where is it throughout that time when Terrell was like, I got to get paid what I deserve? Was that the same time, or was that a different time?
Actually, it was. We got to Philly the same time.
Okay.
We got to Philly that same off season. I think he ended up signing a deal with or getting traded from the Niners to the Ravens.
Okay.
But he didn't want to go play for the Ravens, and I think something happened with the Eagles. Were able to intervene, and then he was able to come play with the Eagles.
And that's when he showed his ass. Like really, he was a bad player, boy. Like he was fast.
No, definitely. Like he comes to work like every day.
Yeah.
Like he would come to work, and I kind of noticed that somewhat, like when we were at the Pro Bowl, even though he was on the other team. But whenever we were in Pro Bowl or whatever, we trying to practice and everything, just talking to some of the guys that was on the team with him, whatever, like thinking that they're just doing walkthrough. T.O. he's out there in his tights and he's going full speed. No, he was out there going full speed.
He's talking to nobody. He moving.
He didn't practice any bad habits. So
right.
like kudos to that. Like
that's what's up.
You practice how you want to play.
Exactly, man. Shout out to Terrell.
Yeah, like he did that, but it was. When we got to Philly, I want to say it was. I mean, like we both were big signees, but I think because it was like more hoopla, more noise around his signing because of a lot of whatever didn't happen with Baltimore. He didn't want to go play there,
right?
So I felt like I was somewhat able like to slide in under the radar and let all that happen and just slide in and just play for a really, really, really good defensive coordinator in Jim Johnson. For the that was the D coordinator for the Eagles at the time, and then some really good defensive players. Like I would say, everyone on that team.
Everybody on that team was
but
great.
Definitely everyone on that defense were players, first string, second string, third string, practice squad guys. Were some playmakers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now let's talk about your movie. Not roles, but you've been in TV. You've been in a couple of TV shows, and of course you've been on CBS NFL Fox, all that other stuff,
Yeah.
because you were broadcasting. But you were in a couple TV shows. You being yourself, as they say.
Yeah. No, actually, I was being myself. I want to say back when I first got in the league, I was on a Disney show.
Okay.
That a show going on called The Jersey, and basically it was about a kid who all of a sudden like he puts on my jersey and turns into me.
Really?
Yeah, and basically we had.
It was made up after you.
I just had to be myself and pretend like I was I was myself, but like as a kid trying to figure something out or trying to stop some that was going on or whatever.
Right. That's amazing.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I've had a few roles that probably didn't make it in a few movie roles. But I did those, so I messed around with those.
Action figure type.
That was
makeup type thing. What was that?
One of my buddies, a good friend of mine. He was actually my photographer when I was with Reebok, and he still does a bunch of. He filmed. He did a bunch of stuff with AI, but he does a bunch of movie stuff, a bunch of like real stuff. And he was like, "Hey, I was a part of I think he was a part of a shoot or something, and he had a outfit that he thought that would look good on me.
Yeah,
and it was one of the X-Men characters, Bishop.
Yeah,
and
you look good at that, Jay. Like,
and it was it was.
Pull that up. Yeah,
it was pretty cool. I went to I met him in Boston, where my marketing guys as well. Went to the studio, did the makeup stuff, and it was pretty cool. Like them doing the prosthetic that looked like it was a scar on my forehead, and then they gave me these milky white contacts.
How long was that? How long was the process of doing this? So I got it up right now. If you listening live, how long was the process of creating
transformation? It took a few hours. I mean, it was most of the makeup, maybe 3 hours.
So your real muscles, huh?
Oh yeah, it was all real.
Pack on anything extra.
No, all of that was real. That's why he said like when he thought about the character, he saw me like fitting it perfectly.
Yo, that's amazing, bro. Like you should be in an X-Men movie. I think so. Like you got to go ahead and get your shot. Have you been into the form of wanting to act or anything like that? I was actually earlier about music, but have you wanted to act?
I was thinking about doing it back when I first retired back in 2010, maybe 10 or 11. I actually had had an agent as well.
Okay.
But I didn't like the direction I was being. I mean, I had a few auditions here and there. I got some good feedback, but then I never really followed it up.
Now I interviewed Lavelle Crawford, right? And when it came back from with Lavelle Crawford, he said he would never put on no dress. And you know, as in African Americans, they want to see brothers in dresses and everything like that. So he said, I never put on a dress. He saw Mario do it, everything like that. He said, nope, not me. How would you feel like that if they wanted to put the dress on you?
For what?
I don't know. I mean, look at The Rock, bro. They put a daggone tutu on The Rock for the Tooth Fairy. And he's a very masculine man.
Yeah, well, I have a very masculine, like, for what? Like, why?
That's real. That's real.
That's it.
So
very, very masculine one.
So if you did get into movies, would you want to do comedy, drama? Would you want to go ahead and get into action? What do you think would spark your interest?
Man, I'm just thinking for sure that probably off top want to throw me in some action.
Yeah.
Sports, even it's like just action or whatever. But I see myself being versatile. No, I see myself like trying
right.
to. Right, I know, right?
Both of them right.
Potato, man. No, but I see myself doing any of them. Like anything along those lines would be a new challenge for me.
Right.
So I'm always up for a new challenge.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And we also see that you did Paris Fashion Week in 2019. You could go pull that if you
I didn't do Paris. It was that was New York.
Was New York? New York.
Yes,
well,
it was New York. Yes.
But you got it up on the thing.
I do.
Yeah. Go back.
Where? dear.
No.
I see you.
Yeah, well, this young lady, Crystal Lee, I met her through a mutual friend, and she's an up and becoming. Well, now she is. Now she is very into fashion, but she was up and coming in the fashion world, and she did oh yeah, that one. And she did a fashion show back in Denver. I want to say back in maybe 11 or 12, and I did that for her, and then it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was different, something different than what I was
So
used
where
to.
was that at?
This one was in New York.
Okay.
That one there was the New York fashion.
Showing off the abs, making all the brothers like me like, damn, I gotta go work out for real,
well,
man. Like, the tummy gotta. I don't really got a tummy like that, but I ain't got no abs like that, bro. You making me feel bad, son.
You making his 1-pack feel
That's
bad.
what
My
happens. That's what happens when you got genetics and do a little work.
Yeah. Workout.
Yeah, and some sort of fit, not fit, but like healthy.
Right.
Whereas I think I somewhat eat healthy, maybe like, I don't know, maybe 50-50.
You don't go fried all the time. You go
No.
ahead. You'll take some grill. You'll take some
Yes.
steams, this, that, and other.
Yeah,
Okay.
but everything's good fried, my man.
Everything's great fried. Especially you being
good
from the
fried.
South, man.
Yeah.
You know, you being from North Fort
Everything's
Myers,
good
man.
fried, but I actually do. I would like prefer things grilled, steamed, whatever.
Okay. That's what's up. I can't knock you there. Now, with you, I want to ask this question. Do you have a mentor? Did you and do you mentor others?
Actually, I do mentor. I basically mentor a bunch of I would say between my god kids.
Mm-hmm.
Help mentor them. I help mentor a lot of young
Nephew.
cousins, nephews that are playing football right now.
That's what's up.
So they all hit me up, and then
Like
also
before they make certain decisions, they hit you up.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then again just about the game of football itself.
Right.
And outside of that, I do have some former teammates that have kids that end up playing. Like if they end up playing defensive end, they're calling me up, or I'm trying to like work with them on a certain pass rush move, or then at the end of the day, anything about football that's helpful.
Speaking about kids and how college has went ahead to change the rules.
Mm-hmm.
How do you
Huge
feel
fan.
about that?
A huge fan of
Huge
that.
fan of it.
Yeah.
And you wish like were they doing it at that time, and would that help you build a bigger and better brand back then? And is it brand awareness?
I never thought about it that far. It's like back with me, but as far as, well, I would say like because I ended up going to the NFL, so I ended up like doing some good things financially for myself.
Right.
But as far as like the guys that don't make it there, the guys who
Or even the
literally-
ones that did take money and they lost their scholarships and all that type of stuff.
and those
bro. You
guys
can't
there, but
give-
that's the reason, and that's, I don't want to get in deep into
Yeah,
that, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the main reason why, because they didn't have any other type of
funds. They ain't had no other money.
financial help.
Yeah, they needed
Right.
it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I understand
Yeah.
that. So who's one of your favorite rappers right now? If I can say this last part. Musical influences, anything like that?
Man, I already. Oh man.
Top 5? Dead alive, anybody?
Right now, it's probably I'm rolling with Jiggle Man.
Jay-Z, yeah. That's
Yeah.
not wrong, man. Shout out to Jay-Z.
Yeah, Sean
They holding-
Carter.
They holding the game down.
But the homie Lil Weezy, he's
Weezy still doing this thing.
Yeah, that's
These young
the-
boys
that's the
coming
homie
up
right
too.
there.
They making a lot
know,
of money too.
I do listen. Actually, I've been listening to the Baby a lot
Yeah,
lately.
yeah.
Like I can vibe with the Baby because
Yeah.
I'm in the gym 4 days a week, so I need a nice playlist. And if it's something that I can vibe with, I'm
Baby.
rolling with that.
Yeah.
I'm I'm rolling with a rose. Like say when it's time to work out or whatever.
And eat that regular raw.
And then you put it down, you be like, lemon pepper chicken wings.
Maybach music.
Lemon pepper chicken wings.
Yeah, I'm rolling with that. I mean, Meek, definitely like Meek, yeah, Meek right now. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, who do you think is like the greatest basketball of all time? We got to go to that Jordan or LeBron question. You know, I have to ask everybody that comes here that Jordan or LeBron question.
Ain't no question, man.
Yeah.
MJ.
Right, because it was a different game. Even though LeBron put in work, I don't think LeBron is done yet. They trying to sign him off now.
No, Bron definitely is not done. And I'm a huge Bron fan. Yeah. I don't care where he goes. I'm following. I like Bron.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So,
but hold on,
go ahead.
MJ though.
MJ
I
all
don't
day.
even know about this.
MJ all day.
It was
all right. No
different.
comparison.
Yeah.
All right. And who's your favorite football and basketball team of all time?
Oh man, what would be my favorite football team? I would say it was that one 49ers team that had Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott, and Deion. Deion made it over there too. It was after he left. When he went there, won the championship when he left the Falcons.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
It was
that team there, that one team there, because I grew up playing receiver and then safety. So high school receiver, safety. Jerry Rice,
we had the
Ronnie Lott,
great.
and it happened to be at the same high school as Deion Sanders. Yeah.
So you kind of followed Deion. Did you meet Deion like when you were younger?
I think the first time I met him was, it was my junior year during the basketball season. He came to one of the games. I'm like, there go Prime over there.
Prime time.
I'm like, watch when I take the ball in. 'Cause I had big hands already. I was just pumping the ball. I was pumping the ball, like about to throw it in, just pump faking with the little kid in front of me or whatever. And then actually the next day, Prime came to talk to the school. And then he met with a small group of us in the principal's office, and I had a chance to go in there to talk to him too. And he was like, "You that kid who was doing, you that kid who was palming the ball at the game."
Right. Now, did he remember you when you got old? I mean, you made it to, you met him again.
Yeah, because I want to say that was the time when he came back to the school, and like he blessed us with uniforms, shoes.
Oh, okay.
And all of that, and then. Yeah, and then from that time on, by the time I got drafted, he pretty much knew who I was, and I knew who he was. But he pretty much knew who I was just because I was a home team.
Okay.
Right.
Home team.
Pay attention to home team, man.
Yeah.
So, do you believe, this is when it comes down to networking, right? It's our networking section. Mm-hmm. Do you believe it's what you know or who you know when you're working in your industry of football or entertainment?
Football. You know what? I have to side with both.
Mm-hmm.
I have to side with both. Because, like, most of the time in this league here, like, it's different from the other leagues. In this league, I feel like it's, like, basically, like, you got to perform.
Right.
Like, they're not keeping someone around just because they want them to be a mentor or something else, or, like, to the young guys. Like, basically, like, you gotta, like, be able to put that work in and produce at the same level that they feel like you're being financially, like, paid.
Right.
So that's the difference with here, and then like sometimes like it is who you know. I would say not necessarily on the like being a player, but as far as like being a coach or whatever. Like say if you coach with a certain coach or whatever, he gets a head coaching job. because you know him, he knows you or whatever, he may throw you a bone. Or it might be a situation where you can be a player and you get a bone or whatever, or a chance. If you're like a Tim Tebow and you're trying out when you're like 33 years old or 30, whatever, however old he is, and then he's going to make the team, going to try out for the team in Jacksonville from, But in most situations, like sometimes it's like when it comes to coaching, maybe like, I don't know, not necessarily like as a player, but it's like it can be like who you know, but what you know, it gets you far. It gets you far in this game here.
Okay. So, all right. You said both. I was going to ask you, I said who and why and who is more important, but you explained it. You gave it all in one, bro.
Yeah.
So tell us, it's like a time when it came down to you in football, when a person connected you with a moment of success in your life.
Elaborate more on that.
All right. So if someone, have you ran into someone in football that connected you into maybe a deal or into, you signing with a team or whatever it is that helped you become successful? Or a moment is successful?
It's a rather complex question.
I mean, have you ever met anyone that just was like, yo, listen, you should go ahead and do this, that, and the other, and it was like, good, yeah. And then you did it, and you're like, damn it, I'm happy I listened to that dude.
I mean, like pretty much everyone I run into, they do give me positive feedback on a lot of things, on everything that I do. But I would say
business deal, anything like that?
I would say there's sometimes, like I would say there was like a time or two when someone told me not to do something with someone or a certain situation, and it ends up, and then it works out like
saved you, yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one tip to give a younger Jevon Kearse, what would it be and why?
What would I give a younger Jevon? How much younger Jevon are we talking about?
Younger Jevon before he got into the NFL. Because and I want to make sure I put this out there. Because you have been a very, very, very humble dude. And I've seen you deal with people. I never see you get upset with anybody. And you've always been a humble guy, and I appreciate it too, you know what I'm saying? And I always show love too, because brother was like, yo, here, take this. I'm like, nah, man, I don't need this. I'm good, man, because it's you, bro, because I appreciate you. And he's always been a great guy like that. So I just want to make sure I put that out there. But by you just, being yourself, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You said what would he tell the younger Jevon?
Yeah. Younger you, because you are already humble. That's what I was getting.
Let's say college years.
College years too.
What would I tell a younger me? I would say, let me see. Like I would say, like between like growing up, college years, I would say like there was a few things that you people or certain situation that you probably take for granted. So I would tell my younger self, to not take any situation or any person for granted. Because like I would say, like like during that time, I didn't have any like real losses like in the family and whatnot. And say after that time, loss like grandmothers, like cousins, uncles, and everything else.
So everybody's around.
Yeah. So I would tell younger Jevon to never take any situation or any person like for granted. To not even take life for granted. Any situation.
Okay.
That's what's up. That was an excellent answer.
Yeah.
That was an excellent answer. Throughout your career, you created a lot of relationships. What is one of the most relationships you created with, and who you created with?
I mean, I've created plenty of relationships. I would say like I have a bunch of close friends who've been around like during like tough times, and I would say there's like during some of those losses.
Right.
And I would say, like, I've always had, like, teammates around, like high school, college. I got my best friend since like maybe 8th grade. He's always been around for me, like with family things, situations, because he's right there with me. He grew up with me, and then afterwards, once I went to college, he was still there. But then there was a few guys like there in college, a few guys that I still keep in contact with, that we constantly just talk about life. Mm-hmm. And then there's a few guys that I still keep in contact with, like from the NFL. Mm-hmm. It's a handful. Like there's a lot of guys that I talk to every now and then, but like a handful, like I keep in contact with. Just talk about just life situations, and just anything that you can find, family and whatnot.
That's what's up. That's great, dude. So, now, you have a mentor or mentors? Do you have mentors or mentees? Or I mean, you said you do mentor people. Mm-hmm. But do you have a mentor yourself?
No, not personally. Mm-hmm. But I do have certain people that I go to for certain information, or talk to about certain topics.
Okay. Now, we were having this conversation earlier today, and it was about mentors and stuff like that. Do you think mentors should be paid to become a mentor, or there should be something that a person just do?
I feel like it's something a person just does. Mm-hmm. Like I would say like my mentors, like I would say like my Uncle TK. Like we're Virgos. It's good to have a mentor that's like the same sign, because like a lot of the things that I talk to him about, he's like, you cool with that? He's like, man, if I was you, I was like, yeah, I was like, man, I was like, you know exactly how I feel, like things like that or whatever. Right. But like that's a family member, or whatever. So like your mentor can be like anyone. I guess there are some people who feel like they should be paid to do it, but I feel like it's something that you just do.
Okay. In Audacity, you had your reason why you were talking about it earlier.
No, it's just that we were just going over the situation, and the person expressed to me, they were like that they were told that a mentor should be paid, and I just, I felt like that's something that they should just do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, depending on the situation, I guess depending on the situation, like who you're mentoring, like if you...
It's the difference between teaching somebody to do something step by step every single day, or, being there every single day mm-hmm. throughout the time, rather than, hollering at somebody and telling, giving them things you should, okay, this is a good idea to do this, or this is a way you can do this, or, follow these instructions instead of you being there on a day-by-day basis. I think that's what we were talking about earlier. Yeah. So, but yeah. So if you were there on a day-by-day basis, you're more teaching the person rather than mentoring the person.
Yeah. So correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel you that exactly. Yeah, no. Definitely. Yeah. And teachers do deserve to be paid.
Yes.
Yes, please.
So as a person of your industry, man, how do you know what to do? Like what deals to pick and how to pick them?
Oh man, I got a team now.
That's smart.
Got a team of people now. I got lawyers, mm-hmm. attorneys. Got my marketing people. Mm-hmm. I have my marketing people, and then their lawyers as well.
Right.
So basically, anything that's being done now.
You got a team.
It's a team.
You got to have a team effort in order to go ahead and make things. Yeah. And make things. And how important to you is it about your brand? Like, is it like the brand of yourself, like the Jevon, the Kearse? Were you aware of the brand back in the early 2000s or anything like that? Did they tell you anything about how, okay, your name is this important and how you do certain things because of?
I would say somewhat, but then again, like I knew, like by that time I was a college athlete, mm-hmm. and I knew I had to hold myself at a high standard then. So at that point there, whatever, I know I can't get anything I can't do anything like to tarnish my name, especially like out there in public or whatever. So it's like at that point there, I knew like going on each time I would go to like a higher and higher level. Mm-hmm. So then I definitely knew especially when I'm getting marketing deals, like, you see people lose marketing deals all the time, whatever. I can't go out there and get some bad press or get.
want to punch it too. Yeah, I hear you. So, all right, man. Well, listen, I want to make sure I thank you. It's been a pleasure for you coming through the Behind Backstage, man, chilling with us, man, kicking it, having some food, and every daggone thing else, flying with us here.
Right. Yeah, we fly here right now.
We fly here right now, son. We fly.
Thank you for coming through.
No,
yes,
that's
sir,
awesome,
man. It's
I'm
a
looking
pleasure.
forward to coming back again.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We're gonna make sure we get you back in here, man. Have some other things going on. Hey, again, listen, this your boy DJ Newkirk. We have one of the best football players and legends that you will ever meet, man. It's not gonna be another one like him. There's boys that go ahead, they try to imitate him, but they can't. They can't duplicate him. They can't imitate him. He one of the best. So, man, shout out to my man Jevon Kearse and him joining us today on Behind Backstage. And shout out to Strong Arm Radio, Freezy, Rick Petty, and Flo Rida, everybody that are part of this Strong Arm team, man. IMG. So, yes, sir. Make sure I put on something.
Yes. Are you ready for the weekends? Are you ready for the summer? The summer's not ready for me. Are you ready for the long nights? With your body looking just right. Are you ready for the summer? 'Cause summer's not ready for me.
Gang stop, it was ready for me. Stock going up heavy on me. No stress on me, put that protect on me. I keep a check on me, your girl sex on me. She like summertime, number 6, number 9, lemon lime. And I mix it up and give it to her, baby, anytime. I got plenty time, push that thing in the mind. I know exactly what to do, baby, you ain't. I mean, you probably got a clue, but you ain't. Slim thick, summer fine, get off that beat, you quicker than a wall.
Are you ready for the beaches? Are you ready for the weekends? Are you ready for the summer?
Summertime, baby.
'Cause summer's not ready for me. Are you ready for the long nights? With your body looking just right. Are you ready for the summer? 'Cause summer's not ready.
I think you're ready for the mania.